イヤホン公式チャンネル。
こんにちは。イヤホンヘッドホン専門店イヤホンの浜ちゃんです。本日はスペシャルゲストに来ていただいてます。メゼオーディオ CEO アントニオメゼさんのインタビュー動画です。本日はよろしくお願いします。
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. では簡単に自己紹介をお願いします。
Hello. My name is Antonio. I'm the founder and lead designer at Meze Audio. And we've been making headphones and earphones for about 12, 13 years.
メゼオーディオのブランドヒストリーをご説明いただいてもよろしいですか？
Meze Audio was established in around 2011.
Yeah.
The reason I started this was because I wanted to control the whole cycle from conceiving a product, designing, engineering, and taking to manufacturing, and then also controlling how it goes in the market and getting the feedback. Previously, I worked as an industrial designer for 6-7 years. And in that scenario, what happens is that as a designer, you get a brief from customers or a brand, and you do the design, and then you hand over the design. And after that, they change the design. So they take it to the market, but they always change something. And oftentimes, your intention as a designer gets diluted. My intention was to create design that fully embodies my intention, kind of like art. When you do art, you're conceiving it and you're executing it all the way to the end. Painting, sculpture, maybe it's a movie, maybe it's media, anything, but you're more in control. And I wanted to have the same type of approach for industrial design.
イヤホンでも非常にそのメゼオーディオの製品のデザインとかルックスっていうのってすごく人気のある製品なんですね。イヤホンで人気の製品一つ紹介したいというふうに思います。109 Pro はですね、メゼオーディオ初のダイナミック型オープンタイプのヘッドホンです。ダイナミックドライバーを搭載していて、これを新規開発しています。高感度で低インピダンスな設計になっているヘッドホンで、サウンド的には、柔らかい、中低域、明瞭な広域の全体的に伸びやかなサウンドが印象的な製品です。ちょっとだけ一つ質問なんですけど、この、109、109っていう数字の意味っていうのは何かあるんでしょうか？
When we named this new product, I wanted to connect it to the 99 Classic. So I really like the number 9, and this is a bigger headphone with a bigger ear cup. So the next number up after 99, ending with a 9, is 109. The product itself is a totally different level of knowledge. So when we designed, actually I was still alone. It was a very small company. When I designed the 99 Classics, I think my experience in headphones was very, very limited. When we designed the 109, so many years of experience and knowledge that were incorporated here. The ergonomics got better and the construction got better, but especially on the sound direction, we are now much more knowledgeable and have much more control of the acoustics. So I would say that from my point of view, there's a very big difference between 99 Classics and 109 Pro in terms of how much we were able to put our intention in the product.
非常に確かに使いやすさっていうところでも使いやすさを感じる製品なんですけど、僕個人的には一番印象的なパーツっていうのがあって、このパーツがとても印象的なんですよね。これってどういうイマジネーションから着想を得たものなんでしょうか？このバンドのこの部分、通常もうここくっつけちゃうような部分かと思うんですよ。
This element here, which internally in our design studio we call it the monkey.
Monkey?
Yes, because if you remember the 99 Classics, it had 4 arms, so it kind of looked like a monkey that holds. So we call this the monkey. But now on the 109, it has 2 arms only. We still call it the monkey. This element for me, both on 99 Classics and on the 109, it's kind of the tension point of the design. Overall, the shape of the 109 and the 99 both have this very simple, clean structure with one arc sweeping all the way across. This is very useful for ergonomics because the spring is on a large surface, so basically it creates a very even clamping force. It also creates aesthetically a very simple line, and then you have another line doubling it. We introduce detail, and this is where the tension happens. So I have a relationship between a very simple shape where your eyes just flow, and then a tension point. And this is this element, which is like a little sculpture full of detail. So because this is simple, your eyes always flow here. It's very natural when you have a long time of silence or a big surface that is simple to notice the noise or the detail. And that's the concept about this design. Simplicity with some complexity.
ミニマルなデザインの中にそのラグジュアリーさっていうのが同居させているっていうところはすごくそのメゼオーディオらしいデザインやというふうに思ってます。まあそれこそがそのメゼオーディオのデザインをこの言語化する一つのポイントなのかなと思ってます。ミニマルとラグジュアリー、こういうところなのかなと思ってるんです。
So a lot of the design that I see in products or in cars, automotive, if it goes minimal, everything is minimal, like simple, minimal, the whole product. Or if it's full of detail, then the whole product is very aggressive and many details. And I find that a little bit boring. If it's too much detail, you don't admire the detail anymore because there's details and elements everywhere. If it's minimal, it doesn't hold enough information to keep it interesting for a long time. You admire it first time, but then it's too simple, it's boring. So this is why I think you have to have both the peace and the quiet and the tension, the detail.
内側のこの衣装の部分、ここについてちょっと教えてもらってもいいですか?
Yeah, this grill inside, we wanted to mark the driver with a precious frame, let's say. It's kind of like you frame a painting. And in this particular case, honestly, I let my design team to do it completely, and I'm very happy. They did a very good job. So with 99 and RAIPENTA and Advar, I design on my own. But many newer products like Empyrean, Lyric, and 109, I already designed together with my team. So more and more, I'm trying to let them take some elements and some freedom and put in their feelings. So it's very much in line with our philosophy, but this element, it's not designed by me. So I'm really happy that my team is becoming stronger and stronger, and we can get inspired from one another. So my designers help me and they inspire me, and I inspire them, and it's a collaborative work.
音楽をアントニオさんが音楽を聴くときって例えばその作業に没頭したいときなのかリラックスしたいときなのかその音楽をよく聴くシーンっていうのをちょっとお伺いしたいと思います。
So it's two different scenarios. One is when I listen music during work, and usually I play something that maybe not so complex. Something that is just a mood music, could be instrumental or and the other scenario is when I actually pay attention and actively listen to the music and I dive in. I don't think you can fully appreciate music when you are doing another task. That's why I consider these two separate ways of listening to music. So when I have the time, which is not very often, to actually pay attention and listen, that's a very special experience. It's almost like meditation. It's really living the music. A lot of beauty and artistry in every type of music, every genre. So my goal is to discover the essence of each type of music. So when I listen sometimes to rock, I find the pleasure in rock. But when I listen to jazz or symphonic, I listen in a different way. I start from a different angle. I don't judge them in the same way because rock exists for a reason. Symphonic music exists for a different reason. Jazz has a different philosophy. alternative music, electronic. Each one has a different background and a different history. So I find pleasure in each style of music. It depends on the mood, it depends on who I am with. I think it's interesting to live in these different worlds, to immerse yourself in the world of jazz, or to immerse yourself in the world of rock or blues or alternative. And that's the pleasure for me to travel. It's almost like traveling from one world to another. And it's not possible for me to say that I prefer just one type of music. I try to really find the essence of each type of music. A nice rhythm that is kind of like a swing, like a balance back and forth. It could be maybe funk music, or it could be some fusion. It could be cinema music. I used to listen a lot to the soundtracks from the Ghibli studio movies. There's many amazing soundtracks there. I showed you earlier, I listened to Hosono. Some of his music is I used a lot actually while I design, and I listen to him. It has to be some music that is lively but not too loaded, not too complex, so you can flow with it, and it's more about the vibe than about the content, let's say.
あれですね、アントニオさんすごい音楽のジャンル結構そのバラバラというかいろんなものやっぱり聞かれますよね。
And I always try to find new bands, new artists, but also new genres, new styles. It's for me, it's like traveling to a new country. So that's interesting. It's really traveling when you explore new categories of anything, art, cinema. Our philosophy of how we make products, it's similar. So my main wish is when I create a new product is that it will create surprise for the user, surprise and emotion. Because I think there's many good products out there. My goal is, I don't think our headphones are the best. We're trying to do as good as we can, but I'm pretty sure that we already are making headphones that are special, like different. And that's surprising, that creates emotion. So when the user gets to live with this kind of product, I think it brings richness to their lives. I think it gives them the chance to have a relationship with the object. And I think this is one way of actually respecting the material world we live with. If you imagine in the past, every object was made by a craftsman. There was a lot of time and effort and knowledge going into it. But in this period of time, we live with many products that are made in large series, cheaply, at low cost, and at not such great quality often.
同じ場所に停滞しない、その発想的にアントニオさんのデザインのそれもそうですけど、ミニマルに行き過ぎるとシンプルすぎて面白くないよねっていう部分とか、なんかその保守的じゃないすごく攻めの姿勢のその精神的攻めの姿勢っていう感じがすごく伝わってくるようなお話でした。
We are working on many projects right now, more than ever. We have many projects on our table. I think we will come out with maybe 2 or 3 products per year and fill up the gaps in our lineup. But the most important part for me is the part that is not visible from the outside, is that we're building now a design team and an acoustic engineering team that's very powerful, that's much more capable than what we had before. We will be able to continuously raise the level of quality and surprise that we bring with our products.
日本のオーディオファンに向けてイヤホンのチャンネルをご覧いただいているお客様に向けて、何かメッセージをいただけると嬉しいです。
It's always a special moment for me when I travel to Japan, because I feel like the Japanese users really appreciate all the work and all the details that we put in the products. I think more than in any other part of the world. Sometimes in my mind, I think that maybe I'm actually designing for the Japanese customer because they are very discerning and they notice and they're curious about the story and why we did certain decisions. So I must say to the Japanese audience, thank you very much, because I think you listen well to what we do and we listen to you for feedback. And I think part of why the products are the way they are is because of this feedback that we get from Japan, where we see that people actually notice all the hard work and all the involvement we have in our products. Thank you very much.
気になったお客様はぜひイヤホンヘッドホン専門店eイヤホンでメゼオーディオの製品聞いてみてください。それではまた次回の動画でお会いいたしましょう。バイバイ。